You took the game to Armageddon against Fabi. Congratulations on securing at least a tie for first. How did you feel about your match with Fabi? And then we'd love to get your thoughts on what's developing in this game between Pragg and Hikaru.
Yeah, obviously I don't love it. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what to do today. I mean, most of all, it's hard to know what to do against Fabi, since when he wants to be solid, it's quite hard to beat, and also I was not in the mood to take risks, obviously. So it ended up with something that was like really neither here nor there. I did feel like I was close to getting some slight edges, like position that we've seen a lot of times before. That is nothing special, but it felt like I got a little something, but it wasn't so easy. Then I saw that there was a repetition. The other game looked drawish to a little bit better for Pragg, so it felt like a reasonable thing to do. The Armageddon game wasn't great, but yeah, I got the job done, and I felt really good about it at the time. Now is probably the most concerned I've been the whole game. There was a bit of a strange turn of events. Like, I know this is not all about me, but just to give my perspective on the turn for the last few moves. First of all, Hikaru could have gone queen d6 instead of queen d7, and this would not really have been a thing. I don't know if Hikaru consciously wanted to provoke rook to e1, but to me, like, rook e1 just looks insane. Unless you think that some tactics will work with knight f5, then you're basically just, you know, playing for a win without any risk for your opponent, which is not the situation. Which is not a situation you want to be in. So yeah, maybe he was hoping for bishop takes a2, which doesn't seem to work. But it was a bit surprising. I had sort of already chalked off this as a draw. I assumed white would take on e6, everything comes off, and it's a draw. Yeah, I think there are still solid ways for white to play. I especially like maybe provoking g6, put it in the knight on e3, which seems like a nice and safe square. Yeah, and then giving your king some air, which this should be quite equal. But yeah.
Who would you take here? Maybe a little bit better chances with the A pawn versus the C pawn?
Yeah, I mean specifically here after you provoke g6, and here I don't think black has anything at all. But otherwise, yeah, I would generally like slightly prefer black. If you take a position like you don't take on a2, you do something like queen d7. I don't know. White goes a3. It doesn't seem like white loses a pawn, but yeah, maybe queen e7 is more precise actually. No, queen e7. There's queen f4 to a4, so that holds for white. I mean, I would guess like a slight preference to black. There's this whole thing where queen and knight is supposed to be a bit better than queen and bishop, but that doesn't really bear out in practice in general.
Is it harder to be here right now on the sideline? Would you almost rather have the game with Fabi still going than be in a spot where, yes, you tied for first, but now your fate a little bit not in your own hands?
No, but 1.5 points is a good result for me. Like, I've secured at least playoff. So
yeah,
I mean it's not a bad situation to be in, but yeah, could have been even better.
Well, it is. We talked about it, and we also thought it was moments away from a draw. We thought knight takes e6 would happen, but it's kind of how you drew it up at home, right? If you get at least an Armageddon, and then if you win Armageddon, it's maximum pressure. So regardless of what happens, you feel good about the approach to the day.
Yeah, I was also excited to be done with classical chess, to be honest.
Yeah. The talking a little bit about that as we wait to see what happens with Pragg and Hikaru here. This is a classical chess event. Obviously, last year didn't go well. You completely turned it around this year. But of classical chess events, if you have to choose, what is it about Norway that you like? We talk a lot about the base time control. What about the confessional booths? Do you think more classical events having that would help as well? But what is it about this format that keeps you coming back?
Well, it's in Norway, right?
I mean, I was not going for the obvious, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, of course. But there are definitely a few reasons. I think for classical, this is an excellent format. I love the extra excitement of the Armageddon games. I think having one time control is a good thing to make it also quite challenging for Rookie 7?
Ooh. Is that live, David? Yeah,
This is
it's
live.
happening.
It's happening.
This is live. King G7.
Only move, apparently.
Yeah. What's the idea here?
Again, who would you...
Seems quite risky.
4 whites?
Yeah.
Trapped knight.
Does he want to just go A3 or something? I mean, Queen E5, F6, I don't see anything. Maybe you can go H4.
Yo. H4 feels a little slow.
I
given
don't
that
know.
Bishop E6 is coming, maybe.
No, Bishop E6,
Bishop E6, Queen
always
E5.
runs into Queen E5.
Okay, yeah.
And the same with Rook E8 runs into either Knight F5 or Queen E5, which both should win. So he doesn't have, but I guess his next one is Rook D8. Yeah, I don't like this at all.
Is it possible Pragg is just kind of just overestimating White's attacking chances, and he loves the idea of H4?
I don't know. I think he's usually not that excitable. He usually keeps his composure well in these situations, but yeah, I guess he really wants second place.
There he goes. He's fighting for it. We talked about it because we said he actually is the one who kept the game going, even though he was the one who was eliminated from first place just by you making it to Armageddon, even if you had lost. So I guess the fighting spirit is there. He really wants second place.
Yeah, and he's a fighter as well. It's his style. So, general, you love to see that. Just specifically when you're in my situation right now, it's not ideal. But
quick congratulations, by the way. Sorry to interrupt. Ju Jun has just won her game against Lei Qingzhe, so she is your Norway Chess Women's Champion. Wins it clear, and congrats to Ju Jun. So, sorry, we'll continue. Just wanted to acknowledge that the game just ended.
Yeah, she managed to grind out a rare win in the exchange love, so looked like a good game. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think you're probably better off consulting an engine here. I mean, to me, yeah, it looks a bit risky for black, but also I'm not sure quite what White is aiming for. I guess it's H4. But I feel like White is taking more risk than black. So I'm not thrilled.
Yeah. What do you do in this spot if you obviously you would rather be celebrating or counting down the moments to it, but how do you keep yourself in the right frame of mind knowing that there could be, even if it's still an outside chance, a tiebreaker coming?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not easy.
Not enough time for golf. Not enough time for golf. Do something to relax.
No, I should try and get something to eat probably since a possible tiebreak is not going to be until 10.
Oh.
Apart from that, what's the time now? Yeah, I got some time. Yeah, he's going to H4. The evaluation bar did not move. Yay.
I was just going to mention that the computer really likes H4, but of course also wants to play H5 as black, and then starts...
Yeah, I think H5 is pretty much automatic here.
Yeah, it starts going into a line with H5, Rook E4, Bishop E6. then queen e5 check, and after king h7, knight
G6.
takes g6.
Yeah,
yes.
Hmm.
Oh, and then we make a draw somehow.
Rook ending anyway.
No, but now, no. Now it's a perpetual.
Okay.
And then the
Are
celebration.
these moves forced?
It's what it's suggesting as one of the main lines. I don't know if the rook e4. How can Hikaru deviate from this, Magnus?
I don't know. Okay, so I guess bishop a2 is conceptually a mistake because you're allowing c4.
That does look scary with the bishop offside. And assuming the bishop goes back, does white have anything better there? Queen e5?
No, I really don't
The
think
knight's
so.
trapped.
Oh, the king has h7. Queen f6, there's rook e8, so yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I mean, but this... Okay, let's also point out another line there. Queen... No, forget about it. I thought black could insert queen d1 at some point, but...
But okay, if h5
Well,
is
at the
played,
very least, as a chess fan, the position is extremely interesting now.
yeah.
Now I'm getting a little bit invested.
We love to hear that, and we want to see more analysis. So h5, rook e4. Should we go for that bishop a2 line? What could Hikaru do there?
Yeah, then he has a passer, and that will win the game unless he gets checkmated.
Yeah, it's only a small if there.
But if c4, I mean, conceptually, now that you're playing without a bishop and the attack continues for white.
Yeah, it looks extremely dangerous. I don't know, bishop b1, trying to get the bishop back.
Yeah, bishop e1.
I assume rook e1 is a move. I mean, this looks very unpleasant for black. You can try and bail out with bishop f5, which is apparently losing blunder. Okay, let me see if I can find this. I guess
Puzzle rush.
probably just, yeah, just queen c3 and knight d5, yeah. F6,
Yeah, and then rook e7 and queen f6 coming.
Also king h7, and there was knight d5.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very risky to take on a2,
Okay, I
it
mean-
seems.
It's a cool concept. I guess I underestimated it at first. Since like your hand really just wants to take on e6, eliminate, because like positionally you feel pawn on a2 is weak, pawn on c3 is weak, the bishop is better than the knight. Let me trade it off. I have no advantage. But yeah, I mean it's calculated extremely sharply, and this could go horribly wrong for Pragg. Don't get me wrong.
Hikaru has played h5, it looks like.
Yeah.
The thing that could go horribly wrong might be on the clock, too. That's the only other part of being nervous there.
Yeah, don't say that.
Just doing the drama thing, you know? But yeah, no, this is...
Yeah, and I think rook e4 screams out to be played here, preparing the rook lift, and this is white really, like, you don't get here without a plan. Maybe queen f4 is also playable. I don't know. With the same idea. But I cannot say that I love it.
Yeah, the engine likes it just as much. Queen f4 wants to put something on the fourth rank, whether it's the rook
Yeah,
or the
no.
queen. Yeah.
You don't really have time for a null move here
Yeah.
as white. So it's the same idea. And now this is much better for white somehow.
Oh.
Where's the difference?
Instead of perpetual, does the rook come to no?
No, I think you still have to take on g6.
And if king takes...
Yeah, I was thinking at the end of the line, does white have rook e5?
No, queen e4 because
you win
no
the rook.
on
Duh.
e4. Brilliant. So what is the defense for black after queen f4?
Wow, queen f4.
Maybe just rook e8 actually. Yeah, just rook e8. That's a draw. Okay. Okay, let me test out queen f4 and then bishop a2. Okay, bar didn't move. C4. And then rook e8, knight f5, and perpetual. Shake hands, game over. Okay. Nice. It should be mentioned if queen f5 instead of gf5, there was queen d4.
Important. I think if you
Okay,
put it on the
so
board,
it
David, it's
seems
too pretty.
White has two very concrete ideas in order to... Okay, so let me check. How about a3? Is white worse then? No, I think chess is a draw.
Chess is a draw. Especially
Why is
classical
worse?
chess. Not Armageddon chess is a draw.
Never thought of that before.
No, it can't be.
A3 and Magnus versus the bar. He's holding level versus the engine.
Oh, so you still have the opinion that maybe easier to play with black with clocks, everything considered. The trend.
No, I think this is all pure calculation now. And honestly, I think, I don't know. I think queen f4 would probably, that would really force Hikaru to make a draw. But the thing about queen f4 is that it allows rook e8.
Ooh, we have queen g5. A move we didn't consider.
Not allowing rook e8.
Okay. What is the point?
Knight hg6 maybe?
Ah,
That is the
Wow.
point.
That's quite a strong point, David.
Yeah, it's a very strong point. So bishop e6, we already know, loses to queen e5. So what is the idea here for black?
That's beyond my pay grade. Queen g5, really sneaky from Pragg.
yeah, this is
Maybe
tricky.
rook e8 is actually okay. Knight f5, king g8, no biggie.
You're right.
Yeah.
It holds.
Nerves of steel. And maybe a draw after knight e7.
Knight e7, king h7.
Oh.
Game goes on.
Game goes on. No more checks. Okay, so queen g5. If rook e8 is forced, that's at least a question to ask, right?
Rook
Yeah.
e8 is forced.
If it is, I mean...
Oh, Hikaru's about to move.
looks like he's reaching for that rook. Some head bobbing first. I mean, what else?
Rook e8, knight f5, and then king
Yeah, with
g8.
knight f5, king g8, there's no forced draw there. Oh, there is takes, knight f5, bishop a2, queen a5. That should be quite clean.
Go again, Magnus. So
Yeah, knight f5.
Knight f5, king g8.
Yeah, king g8, chop on e8, knight e3. Knight e3, yeah, takes a2, queen a5.
But
Bra.
what if Pragg wants more? What if he doesn't want it to peter out?
Well, then I'm very curious as to what his idea is.
Yeah, now that black has gotten the rook to e8, are you running the risk of bishop e6 again?
Very much so.
So Pragg may not have a choice anymore.
Well, I can see that the engine says that white is very slightly better, so evidently...
Ooh.
Okay, he gave a check. I think he's done now.
What's
What was the idea?
interesting is that possibly he had rook e4 just like before, after rook e8, with the same ideas, and...
No, not... Oh, no, queen e5 and then knight d5, that's the idea.
Ah, because the bishop's pinned now, so it still works.
But there was king f8 there. King f8, queen f6 is always the... Oh, yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Where's the save for black? Was there king h6? No. Really don't think so.
In this position. Wow, bishop e6. How is the bar still in the middle? This is crazy.
Is it f6, then you have king f7 at the end?
No, that's not a draw.
No, okay. Oh, yeah, you win a6, duh. Yeah.
Maybe it is a draw. You take with the king and... No. This is very dubious for black. Was this really the best line for black after rook e4?
No, I think bishop e6 seems to be worse. The engine is giving only bishop takes a2 or queen b5 as the only two that hold.
Wow. Queen b5 is hard to spot there.
Okay, so I think Pragg is bailing out.
Worried about his clock.
Didn't
Sad
go
enough.
for this and instead gave a check on f5.
Strange point to start thinking. Rook takes e8.
And Hikaru is into his, damn, why couldn't he have played for a win for one more move?
He was one move away from maybe blundering. But it seems likely now. In fact, how does Pragg secure the draw with, I guess...
I think knight e3 and queen a5 is really straightforward.
Okay, bishop
Because
h2,
also if you
queen
put the
a5.
bishop on e6, queen a5, like, black is not better.
Okay.
I mean, I suspect that's what he's going to have to do. But there, you put the queen on a5 and the pawn on a3, and there are just no targets. Maybe you go to queen d6, e5. I don't know.
Hikaru looking off, knowing probably final moments of keeping his hopes for a tiebreaker alive going away.
Okay, give me... okay, I want to check out knight e7 after this. King h7? Yeah, this is pointless.
You're hoping for king f8, queen f6 again.
Yeah.
Just to point out to everyone at home. Checkmate.
Can't get enough of this trick.
But okay, strange point to start thinking unless Pragg's offered a draw.
Do you think so? We missed it if it happened.
Yeah.
It's
why-
move 31, so it's finally legal to offer a draw.
First moment it's been legal for white to offer a draw. Why else
It
would
doesn't
Hikaru
make
think-
any sense for him to accept, by the way. Like, he's not worse anymore. Or anymore. I shouldn't say that he's been worse in a while. I don't think he'll accept. I don't think he'll win the game, but I don't think he'll accept either.
Pragg was staring him down for a second, so maybe a question's been asked.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
there we
Oh,
go.
my
Okay.
gosh. Well, congratulations, Magnus. It is official.
Congratulations.
Thanks for being with us all the way to the final stretch. I guess that's what they call scripted, you know? Scripted. Apparently, you were in studio with us. Now we get to
Yeah.
officially say, congratulations on winning 2024 Norway Chess.
Yeah, thank you. And I said Hikaru was not going to take the draw. And I'm very glad that I'm wrong.
It's good to be wrong sometimes, and a good event for you. I feel like we already asked you all the pre-game questions, and you helped us bring it home there. So, what's next for Magnus, or what else to say?
Yeah, no, you know, this is a relief, of course. And I can say all the things I said earlier. Like, it was a good performance, not a sparkling performance by any means, but I feel like I was quite professional in the way I handled at least the last 7 games or so. It was good to get a win, and yeah. If
Now-
you're going to play classical, we might as well win the tournaments.
Well, now you get to celebrate. I guess I will ask one question then, since you just kind of touched on it. The last 7 games for sure. You were with us after you beat Fabiano Caruana following the loss to Pragg. Did anything happen for you differently that kind of poked the bear a little bit? Was it the #1 spot on being on the line? What happened between the first 3 rounds, Magnus Carlsen, and the last 7?
I guess my mindset just changed in that against Fabiano, I just wanted to be super, super solid. And I was really focused in that game. And it went from, trying to play sort of fun chess, which wasn't fun at all, to more of a, more of a slow grinding style where I was just, trying to see if I could pick up some scraps here and there. Trying to win the boring way. I think that's what's changed, which, you know, I guess it's not the most enjoyable neither for me nor fans, but you know, it got me a tournament win, so I'm happy about that.
I think the fans like when you win, no matter how you win, if I'm speaking for the fans right now. But I don't have any other questions for our champion. Go ahead.
Magnus, I just want to ask, you're the king of Armageddon. Your stats in Armageddon are crazy. Do you have any tips for how you kind of keep up such a high win rate there?
I don't know. It feels like very few of the games are convincing. I just out-hustle my opponents. It feels like the stats are a bit inflated, though. But like it's very important. It doesn't feel that important there and then, because it's only half a point. It counts 1/6 of the classical games. But when you count them up, like it's so crucial at the end of the tournament. So yeah, I mean, any tips? You know, be really good at chess. Get invited to Norway Chess, which is currently the only tournament that has this format. And then draw your games. I have no idea.
I was just going to ask you about your upcoming events, because we have a banner that we keep showing on the stream that you're going to be playing right after this event.
He's not playing the Bullet Championship, actually.
Oh,
That's
no.
breaking news.
Spoiler.
Yeah, but he is
We have your photo on
He's going
it.
to play the Speed Chess Championship.
He will play.
Yeah, I'm going to play the
Speed
Speed
Chess
Chess Championship. I don't know. I never confirmed the Bullet Chess Championship, and honestly, like last year, it was like okay to play, but I don't enjoy it that much these days. Also last year, like I was hungover for 90% of the Bullet Chess Championship, so that didn't help either. But yeah, I think that's Hikaru's turf, so I'll be following it intently as a spectator. But yeah, I don't enjoy Bullet much these days, so I'm happy to let others fight that out.
And most importantly, Magnus, how are you planning to celebrate tonight?
I'm gonna have myself a little bit of dessert. That's gonna be nice, you know, with very good company.
That's the most important. And speaking of good company, other than Ella, you also had two of your best friends here beating the Guinness World Record. How did that feel to you, and how did you prepare your boys for it?
I can take absolutely no credit for preparing them. Askild and Odin did an amazing job. They are some of the, you know, they are some of the laziest people that I've ever met, except when they want to do something. When they want to do something, they're all business. That's what Askild, for instance, does. Like, he's mostly business these days, but at heart, he's still lazy. But what they did, the preparation they did, and the execution was incredible. And I'm really excited for them to be in this elite company that they are. And we had a great lunch, like Askild and Odin and a bunch of us earlier today, and I'm sure they'll be back to celebrate tonight as well.
That's great to hear. Lots to celebrate for you and for your friends. Congratulations again, Magnus. And we hope that this was not your last classical tournament this year. Can it be the last question?
No, it wasn't. But we'll see how much there was. But it wasn't the last.
All right. Well, definitely won't be the last. We don't think that you might be winning Norway Chess here. But congratulations on your 6th title, Magnus. And
Thank you.
Enjoy the night.
Congratulations. I think we have a crowd here, so an applause is well deserved for the 6th title of Magnus Carlsen here at Norway Chess.